Good morning. Time for our daily read aloud. Staying with our frog theme, I have one of my favorite books called Too Many Frogs. I love this book. Too Many Frogs by Sandy Asher, illustrated by Keith Graves. Rabbit lived by himself in the hollow of an old tree. He cooked for himself, he tidied up after himself, and at the end of each and every day, he read himself a story. It was a simple way of life, no fuss, no clutter, and Rabbit liked it. But one rainy evening, he heard a knockety knocking at his door. "It's Froggy," croaked a deep voice. "Don't care for the storm." Rabbit opened the door. "I was about to read myself a story." "Love to listen," Froggy cried, and hopped right inside. "Don't mind, do you?" "I suppose not," Rabbit said. So Froggy listened while Rabbit read his story. "Well done," he cheered when Rabbit had finished. "Storm's ended too. Thanks for your kindness. Toodaloo." And they read Tremendous Turnip. The next evening, as usual, Rabbit finished dinner, tidied up, and sat down to read himself a story. But before he could begin, he heard another knockety knocking at his door. "It's Froggy," croaked the same deep voice. Rabbit opened the door. "I was about to read myself a story." "I know," Froggy cried, and hopped right inside. "Love to listen. But first, let's fix ourselves a snack or three." "Don't mind, do you?" "I suppose not," said Rabbit. So Froggy hopped and popped and whipped and flipped and mixed and fixed a snack or three. Look at all those snacks. Too much fuss, Rabbit thought. But Froggy listened while Rabbit read his story. "Well done," he cheered when Rabbit had finished. "Snack's gone too. Thanks for your kindness. Toodaloo." They were reading a pirate story this time, The Purple Pig Pirate. The next evening, look at Rabbit's face. Rabbit finished dinner, tidied up, and sat down to read himself another story. But before he could begin, there was that same knockety knocking at his door. "It's Froggy," croaked the familiar voice. Rabbit opened the door. "I was about to read," he began. "I know," Froggy cried, and hopped right inside. "About to read yourself a story. Love to listen, but first, let's get ourselves all comfy cozy. Don't mind, do you?" "I suppose not," said Rabbit. Do you think Rabbit is minding? I think he is. Oh, look at his face now. So Froggy fluffed and puffed and mushed and smushed and piled up billows of pillows. Too much clutter, Rabbit thought. But Froggy listened while Rabbit read his story. "Well done," he cheered when Rabbit had finished. "Bedtime too. Thanks for your kindness. Toodaloo." The next evening, Rabbit finished dinner, tidied up, and sat down to read himself a new story. But before he could begin, there was that knockety knocking on again. "It's Froggy." Rabbit opened the door. Look at his face. "I know," Froggy cried before Rabbit could say a single word. "You were about to read yourselves a story. Love to listen, but first, meet the family. Been telling them all about you and your stories. Love to join us. Don't mind, do you?" Rabbit looked at Froggy's family, big frogs and little frogs, dozens and dozens, all wearing t-shirts frog family reunion. Too many frogs, he thought. Too much fuss. Too much clutter. Uh-oh. But I do mind, Froggy, he said at last. You do? Froggy asked. I never invited you in, Rabbit exclaimed. I never invited you to fix a snack. I never invited you to get all comfy cozy. And I never invited your family to join you. So I do mind very much. Uh-oh, croaked Froggy. This will never do. Thanks for your kindness. Toodaloo. Alone at last, Rabbit sat down to read himself a story. For one anxious moment, he waited for a knockety knocking at the door. It never came. He's going to read Doris the Flying Cow. Don't mind, do you? He asked himself with a chuckle. Most certainly not, he answered himself and began to read. It was a good story. But something was missing. Snacks make a good story better, he thought, so he fixed himself a snack and read on. It was a very good story. Oh, but something was missing. Pillows make a good story better, he thought, so he fluffed himself a pillow and read on. It was an exceptionally good story, but something was still missing. What could it be? Rabbit blinked once. He blinked twice, and then he sighed. Oh, it's Froggy, he told himself at last. He loves to listen. Rabbit opened his door, and there sat Froggy and his whole family, waiting patiently to say they were sorry. Never meant to be rude, Froggy said. Brought you a t-shirt, Frog Family Reunion. Thank you, said Rabbit. I was about to read a story. Would you like to join me? Love to listen, cried the frogs. Just have to wait to be asked, right? You can't just assume. And in they all hopped, big frogs and little frogs, dozens and dozens. Rabbit offered them a snack, or 3, and helped them fluff their pillows. Then every frog listened while Rabbit read a story. Well done, they cheered when he had finished. So many frogs, Rabbit thought. So much fuss, so much clutter. It was a different way of life, and Rabbit liked it. So he learned to like it. Hope you guys like that story. It's one of my favorites. See you soon.